And welcome everyone to the first ever yarn vlog. So you might be a bit confused because I've put out a few podcasts before, but I decided to divide my content into two different kind of video. So as often as I can, but I can't really tell how much, I'm going to try and get out a podcast. It's going to be a similar format when I sit down, but in the podcast I will be talking about and showing about you know, all the knitting that I've been doing. So I'll be focused on knitting, so I'll be focused on projects, so I get to show you, you know, what I've been knitting, finished objects. I will also show a little bit of yarn, but mainly it's going to be about that. Towards the vlog now, I'm gonna try and bring that bi-weekly, or like not bi-weekly, sorry, like every second week is what I mean. And with that, it's gonna be snippets of my day-to-day dyeing life, so, or like just working life. So I've already filmed a little bit of what I was dyeing yesterday and doing, and I want to integrate a few more sections. So one of the sections that I wanted to initially integrate in the podcast was something that I will call Flash the Yarn. Now Flash the Yarn, the concept is that I just want to show you what I've been dyeing that week. Now the reason for that is because because I'm on pre-order, I receive a lot of orders from you guys, as you know, but I'm also doing updates aside of that. And like, for example, this week I'm dyeing quite a bit for the Felt Princess, which is the shop locally that I sell my yarn to. And you know, beautiful yarn comes together under my eyes, but often, like, I've got this tight schedule when I've got another job on the side from Monday to Wednesday, and so it works out that pretty much on Thursday and Friday I'll be dyeing the yarn, and it'll be dry in the weekend, but I often then have to take pictures and update the website. And when I want to try and take pictures of the yarn that I've done on the Thursday, Friday during the week, I come back from work too late, and because it's still winter, the light is not good enough for me to get light. So anyways, like, blah blah blah. What I'm saying is, I decided that you know, I see so many beautiful color combo, and sometimes I just don't have the time or the good lighting to actually take proper pictures of it, and I see so many opportunities for you know, inspiration, color inspiration and color palette, that I just thought I should show it on camera. And I think another reason for that is also the yarn, it might look different sometimes on picture than you think it looked like, so I think having it on video is also a good way to display it. And yeah, so I didn't want to kind of just dye all these orders and send them into the post without having to give them a little bit of light, you know, on the spotlight sort of thing. And I thought it'd be fun for you guys, if you order from me, to actually see your order coming to life and appearing in the podcast. Anyways, so this introduction is just for the first episode. But this is going to be a Flash the Yarn section. Most likely this is not going to be published just yet. What's going to happen is I'm going to dye a bunch more today, and next week I'm going to film my Flash the Yarn for the next week, then pile these two together and release you know, an episode. And so that's kind of how it's going to be happening, trying to maintain that rhythm of every second week. I might not be able to do that as regularly as I want, but I just want to maintain the Flash the Yarn section and just show it. So yeah, so I'm gonna focus for that. So now you will see, like, I'll call some episodes podcast episode and some episode vlog episode. The podcast episode will be way less regular, maybe once a month, once every month and a half, and I'll show my knitting and I'll show some yarn and I'll give news, you know, just all sorts of things. And the vlog will be like day to day, what's happening, daily update, because sometimes things change, or what's coming to the shop this Sunday or this week, or, you know, I have this new rotation system that I'll explain a bit more after that if you're interested. But pretty much I'm going to send a newsletter with that, so if you subscribe to my newsletter, you'll be informed. But the idea, which I've mentioned before, is that I just want to start rotating the colors on the shop for the pre-order, so that it's not always the same thing. So now every beginning of months, I will remove a few colorways from the pre-order, not necessarily all of them, but most of them, and then put some other ones up. And that's gonna be the same with the fades and the semi-solid. Like, all of it will be changed to a new kind of like a collection, and it will be up for a month, and then the month after it'll rotate again to the other ones. So just kind of keep it moving a little bit, easier for me also to dye group orders that have the similar colors and just keep it interesting, really. Okay, so I have a few yarn to show you and suggest some color combos, so stay with me if you're interested. I am wearing this freshly made beanie, which I should probably keep for the podcast, but I'm wearing it now, so I'll show you. Also because it's a news, I'm saying all of this, but I might actually be able to just put this first weekly episode out this weekend. And maybe, so I don't know, this might come out next week, this might come out this weekend, we'll see. But anyways, this yarn is a new yarn that a new base that I'm offering on the shop, and I absolutely love it. So I just think I'll show it now, but pretty much, let's hide my face and just display the yarn. It's luxury, it's 69% superfine alpaca, and it's 31% polyamide nylon, but it's just beautiful. And this is dye here in Dance Party. That was like a trial skein that I needed to do to see if I was gonna love the yarn, and I totally did. So I needed a wet beanie with it to like see how it knitted up, and I just, yeah, it's great. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in the podcast episode, but moving on. Okay, so flash the yarn section for this week. I am bringing a lot of yarn to the Felt Princess, who don't have anything else left on their shelf apparently. It seems like a lot of things have been sold, and I don't always have the time to update them as much as I'd want to, so I made a big delivery. Well, I will make a big delivery tomorrow on Saturday, and I thought I would show you what I've done. Okay, so we have first of all this new colorway called Peyote. So I'll show it here. So now, this is quite important to mention. Peyote is not going to stay exactly like this. I've had this idea for a colorway I wanted to make with bright neon purple in it, and I wanted more green throughout it. So I've dyed 4 of these. There's 2 on merino and 2 on sock. Now they don't display as much as the greens I wanted. You can see normally that aqua bit, and there's a few over there that I haven't brought up to the couch, but there is one here, actually perfect. So that is what I'm talking about, like this kind of minty green. I wanted more on the skein, so these are gonna become one of the new colorway for pre-order on the shop, but they won't exactly be like this. This is the one of a kind. So I've got 4 one of a kind peyote that are heading to the Felt Princess, and in future it will be here. I'm not actually, I think I will keep it as a colorway pre-order, either that or it will be like an update colorway, but I think it, yeah, I'll decide. I guess I'll see. Yay, so that's one of them. I'll show you all them individually, and then I'll show you some quick color combo if you're interested. You guys have seen creme brulee before, but I'll show it to you again because it was on a different base. So now this is creme brulee, and this one is either on the sock or the merino base. I'd have to have a look at it. They're very similar looking and very soft, similar gauge as well. Yeah, so this is creme brulee. I'm bringing 2 of them. I think it's on the sock base, 2 the Felt Princess and 2 on DK. Now we have next Mikado. So Mikado is an old colorway. If you've been following me for a while, you have heard of this colorway before. I haven't done it in a while though, and I wanted to bring it back. So Mikado is going to be one of those colorway that comes back in the rotation system. So I'm going to change at the end of the month. It's going to come up for pre-order, so you'll be able to pre-order that on all base. It's a white base, and it's got a lot of speckles on it. You can see that even better on this one. It's a lot of black speckles, and this coral, bright fat fluoro coral, which looks way brighter in real life than in here, but kind of fuchsia color. Going through with a bit of aqua as well, as you can see up here, and like, as I said, like a lot of speckles, of a bunch of colors really. Yeah, I love it. So this is Mikado, 2 of them getting to the Felt Princess. Next I've got this DK yarn. This is a one of a kind as well. This has been dyed using leftover dyes that I had for my other colors, so I can really not reproduce it exactly. It's beautiful though. It's like a gradient from a baby pink kind of, and that was the leftover run from Peyote that you can see turning into like a mauve purple over there, and it's got this run of speckles going through it. Focus please, focus please. It just wants to stay on my hair. There we go. Yeah, So like the speckles vary a bit depending on which side of the skin you're on, which color. You got blues on one end and more like yellows on this end, and reds. And there's 2 of them on the Lush base, which is my 100%, Corriedale Superwash DK. Yay! So these 2. Okay, there you go. So same thing for now. Everything I'm showing is pretty much Felt Princess. So this is going there. You can contact Pam and Natalia if you don't live down in Dunedin or in South Island. If you're not able to visit the shop, I'm sure they can help you and ship you some. So just give them a ring. They're super lovely, and they'll, I'm sure, happy to help you out. Okay, so next we have a new colorway. I don't have a name for this one yet. It did come from an old colorway of mine that I've modified, but I don't want to keep the name. So it used to be Mercury, and it had green as well, but I've modified it. So now that there's pretty much, it's a gray base, and there is indigo speckles going through, and like bright orange, yellow, and red as well, and black. Yeah. So there it is. It's super vibrant, but yet still, you know, toned down with the gray. It's quite nice, and I've got 4 of them, 2 on Merino Bliss and 2 on Sock, getting to the Felt Princess as well. Alright, I am also bringing, and now obviously, as I said, I'll show you some combos. Like, there's a reason I'm doing all of these colors together. I've created a new semi-solid, so I forgot to say, sorry, this one doesn't have a name yet, but will become a new pre-order colorway at the rotation at the end of the month. So don't worry if you can't get it at the Felt Princess, it's gonna be around. Okay, this new color, okay, this is a new semi-solid, almost a tonal color. What's the difference, really? I never knew what was the difference in like dyeing jargon between a tonal color and semi-solid. Let's just say it's different waves of color mixed together into, like, you know, the same tones and the same, like, it's not, don't buy this thinking it's going to be the same color throughout, because even though it is, there's a lot of variegation, which is what I love the most about it. It looks like my hair. No, it's not exactly the same color, but it's, you know what I mean, it's not the same color throughout. Yes. So anyways, I love this so much. So it's a very, not super dark, just the right amount of dark, brown, chestnutty brown, teddy berry brown, but it's got like mahogany running through, so it has like almost like purple. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, but I'll compare it to Dirty Boots next to it, because it's very similar to the brown in Dirty Boots, so it goes very well with it. Now this is a new semi-solid. I don't have a name for it just yet, but this is definitely becoming a permanent colorway, so it will be up for pre-order in the semi-solid section very soon. So that's becoming a permanent. If you've got name ideas, please let me know. It'd be lovely. All right. Next one, I'm bringing also the Felt Princess Navy Baby. This one you know very much. It's one of my semi-solids, one of my most sold product. I know you guys love blues. When I ask the Felt Princess what they need, they always tell me more blues. So yeah, I just thought, and I mean, yeah, how can you not? It's just too good. But there's a reason I tied all these together for a color palette. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Next color. So I've got 2 of these. This is just a bright aqua semi-solid as well, but not really, because I did add just a touch of speckles there. I did show that on the vlog, but I don't know, I just thought it was missing a little bit of a something something, so I zhuzhed it up a bit, and I just added, ignore my horrible fingers and cuticles, I'm very bad at them, this is where my anxiety goes. Yeah, so I added a little bit of like aqua speckle and a touch of bright yellow speckles, which obviously turned into like a green color on the blue. There's 2 of them coming to the Felt Princess. Yeah, they're on the sock base. Next, I've got this bright mint color. So if you've seen the vlog before, you will know by now this was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to actually dye this color. I wanted to do the aqua one, but I put too much green in it and it came out like this. I just thought I'd speckle it and make a one of a kind, which is what it is. So 2 of them on the sock base coming to the Felt Princess. Beautiful minty green with there's warm brown speckles and just a little bit of like blue and pink speckles. Yeah, 2 of them on the sock base as well coming to the shop at the Felt Princess. Okay, now next semi-solid I did was Zissou red. God, I love this. Like, look how glowy and red this is. Can you even? Okay, just a flattering amazing red. So Zissou red is one of my crush. You have to know what Zissou stands for. I hope for you that you know what Zissou stands for, but if you don't, go watch The Life Aquatic by Wes Anderson, which is one of my favorite director. Beautiful semi-solid, starts dyeing with bright orange fluoro underlay, which gives it this glow, natural glow, and then over dyed with 2 layers of red to get this. Love it. So there's 2 of them coming as well. And the rest of what's coming to the Felt Princess is like what I've had on my last shop that hasn't sold. So there's still some Don't Be Coy, and there's some Dirty Boots here. I'm showing it to you because I'm going to show it next to the new... Oh, sorry, actually, I just remembered. I do have a name for this. Sorry, guys. So scrambled, so rambly. No, I didn't have a name for this. I didn't know what to call it, but I came back with a name for it, which is a colorway name that I had for one of my first colorway that when I started, which was Mocha Loca. The reason for it wasn't exactly like that. It was a lighter brown. It wasn't as rich, and it had black speckles. But I'm not gonna bring that one back, and I did like the name, so I just thought, hey, I'll just modify it, and that's the new one now. So that's the new Mocha Loca. So yeah, but look at how they play together. Yes. So that's totally a combo if you need semi-solid to variegated. That's a solid one right there. So you've got the same kind of brown, purpley, or like tone coming through, very hard to describe, and some blues and gold and darker speckles on Dirty Boots that goes as well with this. So there is 3 Dirty Boots going into the Felt Princess as well, so you'll be able to grab all of this. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a few color combos with everything I've just showed you, and ideas to put fade together, or colorwork sweater, or all of that. So it's just going to be another few minutes, and yeah, stick around. Alright, so I did cut the video because it was getting a bit long, and sometimes I don't know if it keeps recording, but let's keep going. So Mocha Loca, as I just showed you with Dirty Boots, works perfectly. It works great with this as well as a colorwork bright sweater if you want a lot of contrast. Those pillows are annoying me. Because you've got these brown speckles, and it might be just a little bit, but it's just enough for me anyways to tie it together, and those colors work great together. So that's one of them. That works also very well with where it is there, creme brulee. This is just like one of those amazing autumnal color that will work well because it's just one of those earthy tone, so it will work well with other bright colors in a variety of colors, so easy to pair. So the light's changing outside as well. The sun's coming up a bit from behind the clouds, so that might make it a bit more difficult. So even if you find like super high contrast, for example like these 2, I'm still going back color at the moment, it still goes really well with it. You see what I mean? Like there's something about these 2 together that I really like, even though there is no brown in Mikado, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so that was like ideas of pairing with that. Once again, I will show the last one, which would be Dirty Boots and Mocha Loca together. Great. Okay, next I will start with Navy Baby. I'll start with the blue. Go with this guy that doesn't have a name yet. this is one of my actual, like when I saw that I was like, yes, this is a great fade. So you've got some blue and you've got lots of indigo running through this one, so it's like easily tied with. And then creme brulee, so to like obviously tie with the yellow. So this is a combo there, like one that you can enjoy. It's just beautiful together. And yeah, I just think it's great. And that works also very good if you remove Navy Baby and you add Zisu Red instead, because you've also got a lot of red in there. So you could just ignore the blue, keep that as an accent, and just have it in the red instead. And that works amazing. So there you go. Otherwise, alternatively, Colorwork Sweater, 2 Zisu Red, and 1 Creme Brulee works well because of the red. There might be skein inside of it because I've got a few skeins here, but if we use like a DK one to compare, you can see that there is some red coming through. Or you could just again like just do a Colorwork Sweater with either 2 Navy Baby, one of them, or 2 Zisu Red and one of them, so that works as well. Now keeping on the blue, Don't Be Coy works really well with that. So Don't Be Coy similarly with with Zisu Red works because it has, let me find it, is it the only one I've got? No, that's good. So this one's displaying really well that you've got a mix of green and blue on Don't Be Coy and red. Even though it's scanned right now and you can't see it really well, there is all these colors, so that goes really well together, obviously, these colors, but that works as well with Navy Baby. So that's, you know, options there, definitely. Yeah. So the idea was to create a color palette so that once you get to the Felt Princess, if you want to create something, you have several options, right? So I just thought I'd show you all that. Okay, what else have we got? So if we go to the DKs now, I don't have much DK going, but I still have a little bit. Creme Brulee and this One of a Kind work really well because this One of a Kind has lots of gold flecks as well, which tie it together with these. So that would be like a really sweet, you know, not neutral, but maybe like, yeah, not necessarily gender neutral, but could be. Little baby clothes could be great in these colors. Just a little bit girly, just a touch girly. But gender is a construct, so. Okay. What do we have next? Now, if we go with Mikado I was showing you with Mocha Loca before, works really great. But it works really great with this as well. How can it not? Yes. Okay, perfect. So this is like obviously the aqua that's in there. It's working really well with this, so that's perfect for it. So if you want to stay in like bright, summery, cheerful color, that's one option for you. Another one you could do, I mean, you could still tie Mikado, even though there's not much mint, you could still tie it with the mint as well, so that's an alternative option. However, I feel like the mint would obviously work better with peyote, if I find what I'm thinking. There we go. So similarly, peyote would work with both the blue and the mint, but I feel like the mint is more the idea because, as I said, the future peyote that will be for pre-order will have much more of this going through, so will be an idea. Because this is a one of a kind, I'm not necessarily planning on keeping it to the shop. Same for this one. Now if you really like it, it's really easy for me to recreate it. I just have to look at it. I remember what I've done for it, so it's really easy to recreate, but the idea is kind of like a one of a kind. But anyways, you can see that this works really well with either or. So you can do, so I'm just trying to like look in the mini screen, but I don't want it to focus on my face. So that works peyote with these. I'm trying to think if I've got any more color combo, but I think that's mainly what I had. I mean, you could always like contrast really high, like see like a peyote and Mocha Loca would be good because you've got such bright, cheerful colors there. It'd be good to tame them down with like a dark color like this. I think it would work really well with Alocasia as well, which is my dark, very, very dark green colorway, like almost black. So yeah, that's an option. And also peyote, I don't know if we can see it very well, but it does have brown. It does have brown highlights through it, so that would really work as well. I think that's mainly it, guys. So this is going to be the Flash the Yarn section just for anyways today. Welcome to a new episode vlog. Today is July the 31st, the last day of July. It's Friday. So flash the yarn. I'm gonna show you first the botanical fade. So as I said, I've just dyed 3 of them on the sock base, so I'm gonna get to show you that. And what I was saying before is that I don't think you guys got to see that on the camera just yet, because the last episode that I put out, even though it was like really chaotic, I did show that I had casted on What the Fade by Andrew Murray with the botanical fade that I had initially dyed, and so that meant that I just didn't have it in skein shape form that I could show it to you again, so I just had the cakes. So I just thought it'd be good to show you again, but this time I have more and I have them in the skein form. So let's just start with individual colorways. And sorry, all of these are a bit messy because I just took them off the drying rack. They're not completely dry just yet. I dyed them yesterday, and so there's still the ties and everything on them that I need to tidy up. So that was just like a quick scanning just before. But here is Alocasia. So there's 3 here. So all of these are on the sock base, the 8020 Merino Nylon. Yeah, so this is my beautiful Alocasia, which is a very dark mossy green, semi-solid colorway, which starts the fade. So here's 3 of them. And after that, we've got Crocus. So Crocus is the second colorway of the fade. So I'll just take one to show you and then I'll show you them all. So it has like dark green, so the same base as the other one, and then you have those emergence of pink and tan coming through, lighter green, and a touch of blue, as you can see here. So here it is next to Alocasia, more like this. So these are fading from one to another, and here are 3 Crocus on the sock base. Yeah, really cool. I really like this. I mean, I honestly love this fade. I wasn't so sure I was going to be able to recreate it. Okay, so next one is Lobelia. So Lobelia is the center colorway of the fade. And it's really pretty. So it's not necessarily just on the speckly side too much yet, but you've pretty much got still a lot of green, but it's the perfect balance between the dark green, the pink, and the blues. So you just got a little bit of everything in it, and it's just like a, yeah, it's really pretty. It looks really great. So there is still a bit of speckling, but not too much. Here it is next to Crocus and Alocasia. So this is how it's fading. This is not the best, sorry, this is not the best Crocus because this one is skein so that you don't actually see the blue. But yeah, whatever, let's just do it like this. So in the wrong way, but you get it. This is where we're going with that. Obviously, I'll put a lot of pictures of all of that within the next few weeks, but I just thought I'd show it to you on the camera. Yeah, so still a little bit of speckly colors. Focus, yeah. Here, it's really pretty. It's just, it looks amazing. Okay, so that was Lobelia. So Crocus, Lobelia, Alocasia, and after so that, Hoya is like on the lighter pink side this time. We're going a bit lighter, and we just have like this underlay of pink that's going through the whole color. And you still have like this emergence of greens and tan from the other previous colors, and you still have a bit of the 2 blues, so like a navy blue and a lighter blue that are coming through, but this time there's a little bit more speckles and it's just more on the pink side. This is a really pretty colorway. Like, I think it's actually my favorite of the whole collection. I mean, I love them all, really I do, but I think Hoya is just my favorite personally. So this is how it's then looking at that stage. Yeah, it's hard to show, guys, so bear with me. Yes, okay, and so that's Hoya, and then we have the last color of the fade, which is Calesia. Calesia is named after the pink bubble plant, which I have home, and it's just so cute, and it's got all these pink bubbles. So obviously it is going still towards the pink. It is the most pink colorways at all. It has mainly just a base of pink. There is even still some white coming through, like it's quite on the lighter side, and it's got mainly just speckles. So it's just got the color from the rest of the fade that I speckle through it, and that's it. I only speckle one side of it because I don't want it to be overwhelmingly speckled. I still think that the pink should almost be the last color of the fade, but obviously it looks so good with those colors speckled on it as well. So is it focusing? Yeah, there you go. So that's the botanical fade, and that's it that I have to show on the botanical fade for today. But real quick before finishing this section, I will show you what I've started dyeing for the next shop update coming in 2 weeks, and that is the single ply merino. I've only just started doing that yesterday, and I'm so happy and excited about it because from as long as I can remember, from the first time I got my hands on some superwash single ply merino, it's always and will always, I think, be my favorite to hold, to dye, to knit with, everything. I know there's a lot of people out there that say that it's not great to knit with single ply because it peels and all that, but honestly, every time I've bought, which is not often because I had a short budget, but every time I've bought yarn from other indie dyers, I went straight to single ply and don't even look twice about it. Like, there's a way, it's so soft, it's grabbing the color like, and you know, so nicely. The speckles are just incredible on it. I love the natural curls, wavy patterns that it has, and I've got lots of garments, lots of sweater. Like, I think it's better for obviously don't make socks with it, especially because it doesn't have any nylon with it, but it's totally fine in my opinion to do shawls, to do sweater, tops, anything like that, unless you wear it all the time. It really isn't gonna peel that much. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I personally just love it. I think it's almost like luxurious yarn. It's just too pretty. I love it, and so it's just sitting here, so I'll just show it to you. Anyways, let's move on. So first of all, I'm going to show you, I dyed 2 of them. Oh, I love it so much. It's going to be so hard to sell them and not keep them all for myself. Ignore all the links on it. As I said, I just scanned it really quickly before, and so there's still ties everywhere. But I dyed 2 Hoya, and oh my god, it is lobelia, sorry. I kind of dyed it not knowing which color I was going to go for, so it's kind of an in-between Hoya and lobelia, because I think it's more of a lobelia one, but because it's a different base, it catches the dye differently, and so it looks a little bit lighter than but if I was to compare it, yeah, no, it is lobelia, sorry, it's lobelia. So here is it compared to the other lobelia. So yeah, definitely. Yes, so 2 lobelia, and just would you look at the speckle work? Like, I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. It's just so pretty. I'm gonna try and like make it focus on it, but yeah, so 100% superwash merino single ply. This will come alive on picture. I'll try and take as much pretty pictures as I can from it, but because it's just, yeah, it's almost like you just need to hold it in your hand to realize how pretty it is. But here it is. So there's 2 of them that are gonna be available in the shop update. So it's the first 2. After that, I dyed 2 one of a kind that are a blue color. Initially was going from a recipe, but it didn't come out as I wanted, so I'm just gonna keep it as a one of a kind. It's got light speckles of like all sorts really, but there's bright orange and purple speckles which then streak into like color. Like, for example, like the bright orange will then create a bit of green overlay, and same for the mauve. So that's really pretty as well, and it goes really well with Hoya, so you could pair them easily together. Yeah, so there's 2 of them as well, so one of a kind. After that, I was gonna like dye some of Mocha Loca, which is a new brown colorway I'm bringing to the shop for pre-order on Sunday, and I forgot to actually add this one to the newsletter, but it is there. So I was gonna do some mocha loca, but then I kind of stopped at the first step because I just loved, like, mocha locas over dyed like 3 or 4 times, but just the way that this came out after the first round of dye is exactly what I want. So I just decided not to dye it anymore and keep it that way. So this is it. I've called this Aztec because it just immediately made me think of Aztec Gold. It's like a brown orangey, but it's not very rust. It's almost like caramel, but there is like, it's like a gold. It's like a, yeah, it is like an Aztec brown orange gold. There's like definitely some yellow gold tones to me in it, and I don't know if it's the fact that it's single ply that does that. I need to actually, I will dye some of this color on other base as well, because I'm going to bring this as a color for the shop update. It's just too good. Like, okay, sorry, it's just too good. Look at it. My god, it's gonna be like, I might end up keeping 2 for myself and dyeing another 2 because I just love them so much. But yeah, this is a new colorway, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep it as an update colorway or if it's gonna become one of the one of the pre-order colorway. But I just love it so much. So Aztec, yeah, I always have a hard time coming up with names because I always create new colors and I don't have that much inspiration from it. But this one, as it was still drying, I just thought about it straight away. Even though it might not be as gold as some might expect, I just think it's great. So it's almost a colorway that's sitting between Reeds, if you know my colors. So Reeds is more like a mustardy color. Between Reeds and Mocha Loca, you'd have this one. So like those 3 together would be just to die for. I don't have any Reeds on hand to like show the comparison, but it is darker, it is more brown. Yeah, just perfectly beautiful. Here it is next to Lobelia, sorry, which obviously it pairs so nicely with as well. Next to the blue, similarly, like they all look together, they all look just so good. Can I show it? Is it visible? All of these are going to be photographed this weekend, so there will be more coming, don't worry. But yeah, so I'm bringing this one. I'm gonna dye some more, I think, because I think I'm gonna deciding right now I'm probably gonna keep these, but I mean I could always do some more for myself later on or whatever. Anyways, there is 2 of them coming this shop updates. So yeah, this is the one, Aztec, and then I've got some Coral Vibe as well, which I've done on that single ply, and it looks so good. I don't know if I can almost render it to show it to you properly. I'm on automatic, so it doesn't like change the like lighting, because for this color I always have to pretty much put everything dark around me so you can see how bright and glowy it actually is, because it's much more that's the color, so that's more like it. So if you go, this is more like the color that you have. It's like just a perfect corally pink. I just love that color so much, and again just works so well with yeah, all like Aztec together with it, just to die for, with Hoya on top of it, Kill Me Now. Yeah, someone needs to buy all of them and please make something and send it to me. It's just so amazing. Yeah, so this is the first round of single ply that I have. All of these will become available on the 16th of August. As of the 2nd of August, in 2 days, there will be a colorway rotation, so you can still find new things, but only for pre-order. These will be up for grabs very soon. And I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna sign off now because I have to keep going with my days and I have a lot to do. Yeah, but that's it. So yeah, like find me on Instagram at yeyeyan, Facebook at yeyeyan, yeyeyan.com is the website, yeyeyan@gmail.com is the email if you want to ask me anything. And that's it, guys. I hope to see you. Hopefully release a new episode in about 2-3 weeks time. But otherwise, yeah, have a great weekend. Have a great beginning of August, end of July. See you soon.